Reverse Grinches are one of the most popular hoop shoes to ever release, but the issue is they currently resell for an insane amount. So for those individuals that don't have $7,000 to spend on a single pair of basketball shoes, which is I think 99% of people, so instead I'd advise you guys to get an alternative that both looks and performs similar to them. So today we're gonna go through my top 5 best alternatives to the Reverse Grinches. And these babies will both look and perform similar to the real deal. And disclaimer, I'm not gonna include any fakes because I am not promoting those. That's illegal for me to do, and I would never. In the 5 spot, we have the Kai 2 in the Mother's Day colorway. And these babies are the most expensive shoe on this list, coming in at $215 on Kickzone.com or $205 if you use code STASH2PER at checkout. And I'll tell you guys, this is by far the most expensive hoop shoe on this list. I had to include them because I absolutely love the way they look and performance is absolutely correct, but they're in the 5 spot purely because they're way more expensive than the other shoes on this list. But with that being said, let's talk about these babies for just a minute or two and then I'll move on to the next shoe. The biggest highlight to the Kai 2s over all the other shoes on this list is the pure attention to detail, especially in this colorway. For some colorways, you can get them as low as like 135 bucks, and I will say they're an amazing performer at that price point, but with these, you're especially paying for that premium stitching and design. I'll get you guys some close-ups, but you see the stitching of the heart, the floral design in the front, the broken heart, the hearts embroidered in the back, the details on the tongue, and just like the insane attention to detail and stitching, which probably had to take forever design-wise on the shoe. But on top of looking insanely cute, they also perform, like I said, really well for the price point. The outsole is made up of a durable rubber with a multi-directional pattern made up of like 50 different patterns in one. Performs really well indoors and would be pretty good for outdoors because it's a more durable material. And then the cushion's pretty cracked with it being their nitro foam from Anta, which is one of my favorites. Low to the ground, bouncy, primo, I like it. And then that upper is that engineered mesh with the stitching all over and some TPU overlays. So overall, I'd say they perform just as good as the Kobe 6s, if not better in my opinion. And looks wise, I would say they're actually much cuter than the Reverse Grinches. So easily deserving of the 5 spot. And one thing I do want to mention real quick is I am giving away a pair of Jot 3s once we hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you want to enter that giveaway, all you got to do is like and subscribe. In the 4 spot, we got the Joker 1s. Now you might be thinking, those don't look like Reverse Grinches, and you would be 100% correct. These are the Peppa Pig colorway, which you can see Peppa Pig right there. And obviously these don't share the similarities looks wise to the Reverse Grinches, but that's because I don't have the specific colorway. I'm gonna be talking about the performance on these specifically. Actually, another one, I have the Joker colorway, which I'll pop right there. But the colorway I'm specifically talking about in this list is the triple red colorway, which I do not have currently, but I would love. And that triple red colorway specifically retails for 120 bucks on 361sport.com. But if you use code STASH2PER, you know, I'm getting you all these deals. It helps support the channel and it brings them down to $110, making them, I think, the second cheapest shoe on this list. And as for performance at 110 bucks, these are a great deal. As for most of these shoes, because again, if they're on this list, they're pretty cracked. The outsole is made up of something they call diamond grip, which is insanely good performance-wise and it's insanely durable. So for indoor use, perfect. For outdoor use, perfect. And I'll touch on it later, but the upper is also durable. So if you wanted an outdoor pair of shoes, these are kind of primo for that. But back to the outsole. On top of it having a rather durable compound material, the outsole's pattern is made up of like a Serbian carpet inspiration. Really cool, really unique, and performs well. And then for the cushion, it's a combo of their Quick Tech technology and their CQT full-length critical foam. A super lightweight cushion design that has amazing impact protection. That material in this specific setup is designed specifically to be more lightweight than a traditional cushion setup. So you know what? As a guard, I like that. And then as for the upper, it's highly dependent on which colorway you get. On this one, it's like a synthetic leather combined with some leather in the forefoot. But again, it depends heavily on the given shoe. I think some of them feature a more textile style upper. But regardless of what colorway and what materials you get this fun pattern that's again taking inspiration, I believe, from Jokic's love for horse racing and that Serbian carpet-esque design. So overall, an amazing shoe, and especially in this colorway, I'd absolutely love them, and easily number 4 on this list for the best Reverse Grinch alternatives. In the 3 spot, we got the Shadow 6 V2s. And again, you're probably thinking, those don't look like Reverse Grinches, STASH2PER. Shut up, jackass! Again, I don't have this specific colorway, but it's not these, it's the Flower City colorway, which is all red, just like Reverse Grinches. These babies originally retail for 120 bucks, but right now they're on sale for $98. And then if you use code STASH2PER on wayway.com, brings them down to $88. Crazy deal and easily one of the best budget shoes on the market. Performance-wise, that outsole is made up of their tough RB technology, which is, by the way, 2.5 to 3 times as durable as traditional outsole materials. So if you want to use them indoors, perfect. If you want to use them outdoors, they're gonna last you about 3 times longer than a traditional hoop shoe. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds pretty enticing. And then the traction pattern made up of that really durable and amazing material is kind of a multi-directional, rather random pattern. And then that cushion setup's made up of that boom technology, which is easily one of my favorite cushion technologies. I go as far as saying my favorite cushion technology on the market. So having that in an $88 shoe is an insane deal. Bouncy, impact protection's crazy, low to the ground, primo. And then the upper's primarily made up of their cool shell technology, which is insanely lightweight, insanely durable. So overall, I think these are one of the best budget shoes on the market, especially in that beautiful, almost reverse Grinch-esque colorway. And again, if you want them, Code StashTrooper will get you 10 bucks off. In the 2 spot, we have the Way Awade All City 13s. And these I actually have the right colorway for. These babies originally retail for about 149 bucks, but they're on sale and Code StashTrooper will get you an extra $10 off. So you can get them down to $110. And these are, in my opinion, probably a top 3, maybe at most top 5 hoop shoe out right now. And now as for technology, their outsole is made up of a combination of a durable rubber and their GCU, aka ground control unit technology. That technology is essentially Way Awade's primo traction technology, so we like that being featured on these. Performs insanely well, is really durable, not quite as durable as their Tough RB technology, but still durable and a little more premium. As for the cushion setup, no surprise, it utilizes their boom technology, full length in the midsole. Lightweight, responsive, bouncy, and absolutely cracked. And then as for the upper, like the Joker ones we mentioned earlier, the upper materials highly differ based off of what colorway you get. For this colorway, it's a lightweight textile / mesh upper, but for some other colorways, it's more of like a synthetic leather material. But regardless of which one you get, usually it's premium materials and it doesn't make that big of a difference. But I will say I prefer the textile / lighter weight materials a little bit more, which is featured on this colorway that looks just like Reverse Grinches. And the last thing I'll touch on is they feature these little support plates, a Euro plate in the bottom, a heel counter in the back. Support's rather cracked. So easily one of the best performers on the market. They look really cute and easily number 2 on this list. And then in the 1 spot, we have the Serious Player Only Player 1 Plus and the Wish 2.0 colorway. These babies originally retail for $180 on SeriousPlayerOnly.com, but if you use Code StashTrooper, you can get 10% off, making them only $162. Still a little pricey, but not that $7,000 price point that you get real Reverse Grinches for. The outsole of these babies feature a funky tire-like pattern that's made up of a durable rubber compound that's perfect for both indoor and outdoor use. And then the cushion, it's kind of similar to that of like a Kobe 8 being a drop-in midsole. And the fun thing about Serious Player Only is they have different midsoles based off of different playstyles, so you can kind of pick and choose for customization. And then the upper's made up of this mesh / knit material with TPU overlays for extra support, with the back being made up of different materials, but in this colorway, it's more of like a patent glowing leather. And then like most hoop shoes, they feature that heel counter, they feature some sort of torsional support plate in the bottom, and just overall, man, cracked performance. So if you want a shoe that looks and performs just like Reverse Grinches, I think these are the #1 option on the market. So I hope y'all enjoyed that video. If you want any other alternative videos, please pop it in the comments below. And if you want more StashTrooper, check out that video right there. I'm sure you'll love it. StashTrooper out.